All right, y'all. Love is Blind season 2, Love is Blind UK season 2 review episodes 9 and 10, the wedding episodes. Let's get right into it. Episode 9 is entitled "Don't Let Anyone Dim Your Sparkle." Right here we see Barta and the other engaged women choosing their dresses. Matt Ellis, one of the hosts, goes in to check on the brides while his wife Emma Ellis is checking in on the groom. Megan loves is looking at dresses and she loves the dresses with the pockets. Cal says he wants to wear white to the wedding. His friend Bobby is actually skeptical because he says Cal has only been in short-term relationships. Emma and Matt announced to the brides and grooms that Katisa and Javin have left the process. Have left the experiment. So Rover's mom is happy for her and Cal. Megan and her mom are close and she's excited for her. Amy, Ashley's sister, wants her to be happy. Jed loves Barda for who she is, and is ready to say I do. Barda mom's cry seeing her in the wedding dress. Jed, Barda explained how Jed has softened her, and from being the alpha female, she feels heard with him. She feels seen and safe. She feels heard, wanted, and she also feels safe. He feels like home to her. Barda's mom had health issues years ago, and she was worried that her mom wouldn't be able to make it to her wedding. So she's excited that this is happening. Um, um, Barda gets emotional. Kieran is extremely confident that him and Megan will make it down the aisle. Um, will make it down the aisle and say yes at the altar. Everyone loves Megan's dress. Um, her and her Megan's dress, and her mom says that she wants grandchildren one day. And Cal looked so handsome in his white suit. Everyone is in awe of Sorover's dress. She thinks that her daughter deserves all the happiness in the world. Sorover is emotional and excited to get married and put herself first. And Ashley is also emotional wearing her dress. She said that the experiment has taught her to prioritize herself. She hasn't given in relationships in the past. She hasn't prioritized herself. Um, and Bill is finally the person that reciprocates all all the giving that she does. However, Billy has doubts because his previous marriage didn't work out, and his dad told him not to let um, his past affect what's going on now. And now we are 5 days into the wedding. The brides and grooms go their separate ways. Actually, no, are headed to the bachelor and bachelorette parties. Ashley doesn't feel better about the how things ended, how things went with Billy, and wants to focus on celebrating and having a good time at the bachelorette party. Jed and Barda argued about paying a bill at dinner. Jed didn't feel heard because he said he wanted to treat that night. They went out to have a dinner with his friends. Barda said she is used to being independent and she needs to adjust to being cared for by Jed. Jed tells his father that it will be a problem if he is not heard. And this was Torover's first experience with a drag queen. They had went out and a drag queen was performing, and she said that she had a good time. All the ladies enjoyed answering questions about their fiancés and enjoyed going on stage. Meg's friends are happy for her, and they think that she's glowing and thinks that she is deserving of it. Ashley's sisters are worried about Billy's doubts because of her job as cabin crew. Cal shares his worries his worries about Billy. Well, Cal shares his worries about marrying Ashley um, because of the work schedule. Okay, so all right, sorry. So Cal is listening to Billy share his concerns about him marrying Ashley, and because she's cabin crew and her work schedule, flying 3 days out of the week and having one day of jet lag and having to build his rotation because he is in the military. He's in the training corps. Um, Around, her schedule, and Billy admits that he would say no at the altar, that there's been a little voice in the back of his head. Uh, and the couples go back home for a few days before the wedding. Megan and Kieran say bye, and he says he'll be missing sleeping next to her. So sweet. Billy talks to Ashley, and she shares her worries about him being, undecided still. Barta and Jed are packing, and she said she only wants to be married once. Jed loves her and asks how long. He's asked by the producer. Jed asked how the producers, why do you love her? And he's like, it would take me a long time just to express that. Now we are at Jed and Barta's wedding day. Barta is getting ready to make her way. No, Barta is getting ready, and her friends enter, Nicole, Madeline, and Sophia, and her friends are enjoying the softer side of her, and and she shares with them the disagreement they had regarding Jed and him paying the bill. And since the disagreement, Jed speaks to his friends Paul and James, and he said that both of them are very strong-minded, and Jed said that he's ready to marry her, and Barta's parents prepared to give her away. Jed's parents have been married for 35 years, and Jed feels like they are the blueprint. So Jed at this point is waiting for Barta to come down the aisle. Barta's parents walk her down the aisle. Jed shares that his written vows and their journey. He said he would always choose her. Barta tears up and shares her written vows, and she said that he is easy to love and worth the risk. Barta's friends are in tears. And then she decides to say, and then she says her heart jumps up out of her, it's jumping out of her chest. Then we enter into episode 10, entitled A Risk Worth Taking. And she says that I vow to do, this is Barta speaking, I vow to do all things when we're both ready. And she apologizes to him and walks away. So basically, she says no at the altar. She thinks that they need more time. Jed stands at the altar completely shocked. Jed's mom didn't expect this to happen. Jed said that they need to discuss it. Barta's parents are very supportive of whatever she chooses, because they want her to do what's best for her. Jed just asks why. And given that they had the disagreement, she's in a different state of mind. And Barta feels like if they are to stay together, she wants to keep dating because they have work to do, and it just hasn't been enough time. The parents discuss, and Barta's mother and Jed's parents were supportive and understanding. Jed is still in shock and respects her decision. And she comes on the driveway from the wedding, and now it is the day for Sorover and Cal's wedding day. So before we move on, ultimately Jed decided to take some space from Barta. So and we will get the reunion updates. You guys will get relationship updates with the reunion. That'll be airing January 31st, 4 p.m. Eastern. That is this Sunday. I'm sorry, not January 21st, August 31st. What am I saying? All right, now we are at Sorover and Cal's wedding day. Sorover is happy and feels safe with Cal, and his presence brings her peace. Cal is in love with who she is, how thoughtful she is, and she said that love has no boundaries, and that it's about them. That he's comfortable with Sorover, and she's excited. Bali is Sorover's mom, comes in, and she is looking absolutely beautiful. And Cal speaks to his brother about how much he loves Sorover, and that he fears that the feeling will be can sizzle out. All right, so this video is getting too long, so we're going to end right here. I'll be back with the rest of episode 10, the wedding episodes. Enjoy.